Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Rural Report. I am your Rural 2IC, and today is the third installment into our little mini series, which is a viewer has sent me a link to a website which is called theprepare.com, and in it they put out 25 purple quotes, and they asked me to read through them and give my opinion. I thought it was a good um, article that I read. I agreed with a lot of them. I had a lot of comments and different things on them. So I figured I'd just put this into a little mini series and share it with everybody. If you guys have anything that you want me to look at, that you want my opinion, my thoughts, whatever, feel free to drop them in the comments, send me a private message, and I'll take a look at it. But let's go ahead and jump into this, and we're going to do the third set of five. And right here, we're going to do purple quote number 11. Before entering, leaving a premises, stop, look, and listen for threats. Okay, there's a lot right there, even though that is kind of a common sense thing. There's a lot of people that's new to preparedness, which, if this is your first time watching the channel and you are new to preparedness, absolutely want to welcome you to this. This channel was made basically for the new prepper, so make sure that you hit the like and subscribe so that way you can follow along and I can do everything I can to help you. If you are not new, then you know to do all the little YouTube things and share this with the new prepper so that way we can do everything we can to build the community and help each other out. So let's go into this. Stop, look, listen. That goes for your OPSEC. That is your AO for your area of operation for operational security. It doesn't matter if you are off of your area or if you are on your area. When you get into a normalcy bias to where everything appears normal, that's when you let your guard down, and that's a really good time for something to happen. It's not a thing to be on high alert 24/7. That is not good for your mentality, for your body, for stress, for anxiety, for a number of reasons. But when you go through and you are exiting your house, so you are leaving for work in the morning, yes, you did it for the last 5, 10, 20 years. You walked out that door and nothing happened. Okay, great. Tomorrow may be different. Okay, the world is changing. Things are not the same as they was 20 years ago, where you could leave your front door wide awake while you slept all night and nobody was going to come bother you. Okay, that's not the way this is, and that's not the way this works anymore. So when you get to your door, it's a good idea to get in the habit. Stop, look around, listen, make sure it's okay before you open your door. Now, when you start to walk out your door, take a peek around, swivel your head. We're talking about 2-3 seconds extra in your morning or when you come home. The biggest one is when you go to Walmart or Rural King or Tractor Supply or whatever. When you come up to your car, and I tell a lot of this to the female end of the preparedness people that are just joining, especially single moms. You've got a cart full of groceries or supplies, you got a kid, there's noise, you're trying to carry things, purse, bag, all this other stuff. It's hectic, it's hot, whatever. You're just trying to get to the car. You don't know who is around your car or who is in your car or anything like that. As you approach your car, stop. Look around. Look around your car. Look a little bit beyond your car. Listen. Make sure everything seems right before you go and approach your car. There's a lot of incidences where that 2-3 extra seconds could have saved lives, could have prevented harm, a lot of that. So, spend enough time on that. Let's go ahead and move on. Apologize. Where are we at? Number 12. Being self sufficient is the best form of insurance. Okay. Yes, I'm glad that actually somebody finally said that. Sorry, I'm trying to get set up for the next one. Um, Nobody is probably coming to your aid. Uh, you can build the best community. You should talk to your neighbors. You should form some sort of group, whether it's with family, friends, existing neighbors, whatever. You should have some sort of group. Do not go into the apocalypse alone, okay? But that includes, a flood, a fire, tornado, whatever. You need help, okay, and you're going to need help. Maybe you went alone in the last one, and you go, well, "I did it once, I can do it again." It's not always the case. When you're by yourself, you have to be 100% right 100% of the time. One mess up, there's nobody to go, "Uh-oh, I failed, I need help." You have nobody. Okay, so don't go it alone. So when it comes to this one, and I'm glad again, like somebody does it, for insurance reasons, you failed at something because you are human. You're not going to be 100% right the whole time. You failed. You planted something and the birds got to it. Something happened, and part of your crops failed. Instead of starving, you have insurance, which is some other neighbors or people in your other group or whatever that their garden did just fine, and you can come over and go, "Hey, uh, we didn't fare so well," and they go, "Oh, well, we have a little extra. Here you go." Or they may do a little bartering just to get something out of the deal. Hey, actually, I've got a shed here that I need to do some repairs. If you help me, I'll give you this basket of food. That's your insurance policy. So yes, I'm glad somebody brought that up. Um, so let's move on to the next one, which is number 13. A gun in the hand is better than a cop on the phone. Um, Hopefully, I don't get a strike for that. YouTube doesn't usually like that term, but yes, 1,000% agree. Goes back to the one that we just got through, that nobody's basically coming to help you. You are your own insurance. You are your own protection. Um, Police, for the most part, and I love police, don't get me wrong, I'm not putting the police down in any sense. Is there bad cops? Absolutely there is. There's bad teachers, there's bad physicians, there's bad everything, okay? But the idea behind police and to have a police force, I respect police. So, but the police are responsive. Okay, they respond to things. They respond to calls. They respond to crimes. Now they may get there when the crime is still in progress, but they don't prevent a crime for the most part. They may once in a while just happen to get lucky and be in the right place at the right time and prevent something, but as a generalization, they respond. Okay, so if somebody comes up to threaten you, somebody comes and kicks your door in, you don't sit there and go, "Wait, let me call the cops." Sit down, wait for them to get here, and then you can go. Okay, no, you are your own protection. So for that one, to have a device in your hand is better than having a cop on the phone. Okay, it's better to go ahead and get your defense done. Um, that being said, make sure that you have something, you are properly trained, you know what you're doing, and be comfortable with it. So let's move on and go to the next one. So we are now at number 14. Prepper EDC gear is not optional except for victims. Okay, let's unpack that a little bit. So, Prepper everyday carry gear is not optional except for victims. So, victims, what they're saying in here, in my opinion, doesn't have an EDC. Okay, what is an EDC? Okay, I've done a video on an everyday carry bag, but I am one of those ones that I'm not going to be like, okay, it's a dumb question, I've already covered it, move on. No, an EDC is something that you carry every single day, just as it implies for the acronym. So it is going to be what you take with you in a very small bag or box or whatever you're going to carry your supplies in. And it is enough, basically, in my opinion, to do 12, maybe 24. Usually I say the first 12 hours. And the EDC is for anything. So um, you need to get home, something happens, and you have to walk. You grab your EDC out of your car, and that will get you through to get home. So that has all the different things for the different climate and things like that. All the different things that is food, water, communication, protection, all the different things like that. If you want more, I do have the video on it. You can go watch it. If you want, I will do another video on it. If you want to ask me directly, I will help you with an EDC. But if you don't want to be a victim or a statistic, I will add that in there. Carry your EDC every day like it implies. Just because you're going down to the gas station that's, 5 minutes away, not an excuse not to carry your EDC. It is an EDC, an everyday carry for a reason. Please, I beg you, make an EDC, carry it with you. All right, so let's move on to the next one, which is the last one we're going to do for the day. When possible, always know of multiple ways out of a mall, office, building, etc. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. As you see in the news and all over the place, the mass shootings and other things, whether that be in a theater, a Walmart, your office building, doesn't matter. We're not going to get into the things like that, but the crazy event for a fire, a natural disaster, an attacking person, whatever, you need to be aware of your surroundings. So even though it's a gas station, even though it is whatever, you're just running to this one place for one thing for one time and you're never going back. Do your best to look around and try and find where's an exit, where's the emergency exit, how do I get out of here? For the most part, at least in my experience, the theaters have gotten a lot better that they put the emergency exits right up front, right where the screen is. Keep them lit, and so that way, in the event, there's no excuse. You should be able to see where the emergency exit is and get out. I wish more places did that, but again, you have to do your own homework. Most of the time, generally, as a rule of thumb, there's a lot of people that's not out there to help you out. When it comes down to it, it's self-preservation. Even your absolute best friend, your brother, your sister, your mom, dad, whatever, for the most part, they will sit there and look you dead in the eye and tell you, "I will be there. I've got your back. I've got your six. We're whatever you want to do." Until it comes down time that there is a projectile device pointed in your direction, that suddenly that promise that was made up here goes out the window because they're going to do self-preservation. There is people out there, and I know I'm going to get blowback probably for that one, that says, "Oh no, my best friend or whatever, they would jump in front." Okay, well, if you made that promise back to them, which one of you is jumping in front? Okay, so there's a lot to go into that. It's kind of a deep subject or whatever. You get the idea of it. But if you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, if you like it, you agree, you don't agree, share it down in the comments, hit me up. We can talk about it. You guys can talk about it amongst yourselves. I've seen some dialogue between some of the followers and whatnot. You guys have really healthy discussions for the most part. And so, it's a growing community. So with that, I will just sit here and tell you to remember to remain united, because we're all prepping in this together.